Greetings, world, and welcome to The Chosen Few, a show in which we play RPGs. This is our awesome and wonderful cast. We are very, very fun musicians from the San Francisco Bay Area. Take that as you will. And we are going to be playing some RPGs for you today. The crew is in some precarious and interesting and unusual and complicated and weird positions. And that does not seem to be going anywhere. That's going to be true for a while, it seems. So I guess I should stop introducing that because that may be just the new normal. So let's just get a quick refresher on where everyone is. We're going to end with Ami playing Thea. And we're going to start with perhaps the easiest person to remember where they are. John playing Timothy.
Timothy is finally, cozily sleeping in his bed with big plans for the next morning.
Excellent. He is sleeping. Very easy. Winona playing Nova.
Nova was following Thea and then completely lost her. So she'll probably wait around for a while and then head back to our Sky and Mountain Hotel.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Celexa. Played by Nika. Sorry.
Celexa similarly gave up on our devious rogue who gave her the slip. And I think she probably headed back to the Sky and Mountain and is paging through her the books that she requested, the language and history books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect. And Caliban, played by Evan.
Yeah. Caliban is also in our little barracks area. Is keeping watch with his follower Arturo on this brain shrimp. Are we calling them brain shrimps? Brain shrimps.
We'll call them brain shrimps.
Brain shrimp.
Mind control shrimp. I don't know. MC shrimp. I kind of like it.
MC shrimp. That we transferred into the body of a pig. And have it locked up. Just keeping watch on it in the middle of the night. Arturo woke me up, and because he noticed that there was something coming out of the ear. So I went over there and stuffed the pig's ears with some feathers.
Yep. And last, but certainly not least, Ami playing Thea. What's going on?
Thea has been invited by the brain shrimp to go to a secret location where I just arrived and was shown a magical barrier, and then I walked in and I believe it closed after me.
Yep. That is all true. So Thea, we are going to start with you. I'm having second thoughts. I'm having a moment of doubt. Ami.
Yeah.
You and I discussed something off stream briefly. Privately. Mm-hmm. In a way that no one else knows.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part of me that wonders if it would be more interesting to just go with that. And not know.
Okay.
But I want to leave that up to you. How do you feel?
I think that would work.
That would work?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Awesome. Excellent. Okay, then let's start with Caliban. Caliban, you're on watch, and you are watching a pig. The pig seems to sleep. It seems to have things stuffed in its ears.
Well, I stuffed its ears, and then I was like, Arturo, just let me know if anything else happens, and I just went back to bed.
Excellent. Okay. Then it is the next morning, and you all wake up having finally had a long rest after 5 sessions without a long rest.
Okay.
Everyone, your hit points go up to maximum. If you spent hit dice, you get half your level.
And we are now level 5, so if you did not roll for
Get
hit points
3.
yet, do so now.
Oh yeah, and you gained a level. Nice. Wait, we gained a level. Oh, did we gain a level? Wow,
Yeah.
my god, we gained a level.
Mhm.
Wow.
Wait, did
awesome.
we gain a level? Was it this session or was it the last session?
We gained a level. You said at the end of last session we gained a level.
Mhm.
Yes, perfect.
So
Excellent.
we are now
So we did
level.
abilities, but I'm gonna power through that for now and just do other stuff. If you don't know what your new abilities are, Ranger,
Thanks.
you get extra attack. Cleric, you get 3rd level spells. Fighter, you get extra attack. Rogue, I forget what you get. Maybe evasion, something like that.
Uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge, whatever, not evasion. And then Celexa, you get whatever you get for whatever level of whatever of your classes you took.
Not much. The biggest thing is a second Eldritch Blast.
Nice,
So
always good. Blast away. I love it. Okay, cool. There you go. We did our summary. So y'all wake up in the morning, having had a long rest. So again, you gain all your hit points back. You gain 3 of your hit dice back if you've spent hit dice. And it's a new day. It's a new dawn. Timothy, you're probably up first, just statistically speaking.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I go straight to the kitchen.
You go straight to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Is there a new dead fish there?
No, but there is a rather large collection of fruit.
I'd like to examine the fruit and see if it is unusual in any way, maybe prepared in a ritualistic way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, roll a perception check. Or investigation, or religion. I'll allow any of those. It seems to have been anointed with some sort of ingredient that is designed to preserve it, so that it will last longer. Some sort of like lemon juice or something like that. You know, nothing insane. Just like a preservative that is fresh and healthy. Also, some of it is from quite distant lands. In fact, some of it is from places that you would guess are not local to here. There are sort of jungle aspects to the fruit, which is not what you would expect locally. Although, admittedly, this does seem to be a place of, despite their protestations, some degree of commerce from foreign places. It certainly seems exotic and well prepared. Yeah, laid out nicely.
Interesting. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to take my fishing rod, and I still just have a suspicious feeling about the fish that had been left for us before.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go out to that fishing hole that I was led to a while ago. The one that I was led to believe was a common fishing hole for that type of fish.
Yeah. How early in the morning is this?
Crack of dawn.
Awesome. There are a collection of about 15 different fishermen hanging out there fishing.
Would you want me to come with you, or did you want to just let me sleep? Up to you. Just want to put it out there.
Sure. Do you want to come with me? Sure. I will knock on your door and go, hey.
Well, we're together, right?
No.
Are you downstairs?
Oh, I guess I did say that. Yeah, sure. Well, I'm going fishing. Would you like to come fishing?
No. Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Seems
Arturo,
like a good time.
Arturo, please let me know if anything goes wrong. Say here.
He nods.
Great.
Having said nothing.
I'll go with you.
Okay. So the two of you guys head out to the fishing hole, and there's quite a large collection of fishing people, men and women, a mix.
Let's see here. Let's scan. Let's just do a quick scan here. Anyone? I don't know. I just have a strange feeling that people are leaving us gifts of fish. And
Can you remind us what these fish look like?
Yeah, it's a. We discussed this before. It's called the morning fish,
Yeah.
and they're sort of large. They're similar to trout, but a little bit more colored.
Okay. Do I see anyone? This is a leading question. Do I see anyone who looks particularly pious?
In this
Like as we're
society?
walking by, are there any? Is there anyone who's like particularly like, oh, it's the chosen people, like to us as we walk by?
So when you arrive at the fishing hole, yes, absolutely. People nod and bow and back away, sort of create a space for you if you want to fish.
Oh no, please continue. I will go line to line and kind of inspect people's lines and make small talk about. Oh, using that lure, interesting. Oh, what are you fishing for?
The morning fish.
Is it for your family? For yourself?
Yes. Do you have advice?
Oh well, well, no, the lure seems fine. I would cast right over there. There's that little eddy, and it's behind it. It's creating a nice little slack. I would definitely cast there.
Thank you, chosen one.
Yeah.
And he pulls out his line and moves over there and resituates himself and throws it there. And immediately, like 3 others sort of furtively look over there and scoot and throw it into this like a similar eddy that's like close.
Oh hey, by the way, and I'm gonna cast in the same place. You what would be the symbolism behind giving someone a fish, other than clearly being a good friend?
Symbolism.
Yes.
In what meaning? Is it a dead fish would be an insult in some cultures? If it was rotting, it would be a threat.
A prepared fish, beautifully, with oils.
An offering of some sort to one who is holy.
Is that a common sign? A common symbol for the kava?
Sort of looks uncomfortable, and she starts looking around furtively and like what do you mean common?
Would one give that to other people, other members of the kava? For example, would you give that to Arwa or someone else in your society?
Arwa has shown no predilection towards the morning fish.
I see.
Is it bad? Should we not?
No. I believe it's fine. Do you know of who is doing this? Did you know who has been leaving us these wonderful gifts of fish?
Do they offend? I would not want to get them in trouble.
No, not at all. Not at all. I would just love to pass on my personal thanks in person.
Yeah, roll a persuasion check. $11. Yeah. So she sort of looks around furtively and glances and like, you wouldn't know them. They're not here.
I'm listening. Can I insight check that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And see where she's glancing?
Yeah.
26.
Yeah, she is definitely nervously glancing around. She's worried that she's done something wrong or offensive, and she definitely knows who is giving the fish. And
is she glancing at a particular person?
Be part of a group that is involved in this. It may be a group thing.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Mm-hmm.
I assure you, no. Whoever's doing this has done nothing wrong. It's merely just. I would love to say thank you. As a fisherman myself, and a lover of fish, and a lover of fishing, it's always good to swap stories. You know how it is.
Stories? Do tell.
Oh, well, every fisher has a story. You know, the one that got away, the one that you did catch that was this big, so on and so forth.
And this storytelling is important?
In most cultures, yes.
I only took up fishing a couple days ago.
Oh, why did you take up fishing, may I ask? Although I have a sinking suspicion.
Well, and like she glances and like she looks at someone, and you see someone just nod at her calmly. And this sort of slightly older woman, in her mid 40s compared to this person who's like in their mid 20s, just nods and she says, "Well, and she points and she says, that's Isara, and Isara said that this would be a reasonable way to honor the chosen one."
I see. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm sorry, what is your name?
Mine. Sorry. Tali.
Tali. Well, thank you very much, Tali, and good luck on the fishing. Looks like you. I would check your line. It looks like you have a little something nibbling.
What? Oh! And she like jolts over and like tries to grab it and starts pulling, and like everyone like sort of crowds around and helps her and gives her advice, and she manages to pull out a fish.
Out of curiosity,
mm-hmm.
of the people that are here fishing, how many of them look like they're novices?
All of them. Maybe one of them has a little bit of experience.
Okay.
What do you think, Calvin?
I think it's a dead end, but it's interesting. I wonder if let's talk about it as we walk back.
Sure. Yeah. I have to say, out of all of our hobbies and preoccupations, I'm glad they settled on fishing rather than, armed interrogation or whatnot.
Lobotomy. Yeah. Easier to take up, I think. But, it's interesting. I wonder if we were to be more obvious about specific things, how much the society would change just based on their observation.
Someone who's walking past you bows and says, "Chosen."
Good morning.
Also with you.
And also you having some.
Did you say that you witnessed the brain slug come out of the pig's ears?
I did not mention that, but I do it now.
Oh, did anything strange happen? Oh, that, really?
Well,
perfect.
Great. Yes, that happened. I stuffed pig's ears.
There are some societies where, they take some, they make some defenses against local bugs and whatnot, netting, what have you. If they go in and out via the ear, perhaps we could maybe model some ear protection?
That is an interesting idea. By the way, I don't know if we talked about this last night, but I offered, I asked Arwa to come by this morning for our interrogation process.
Is it getting on to that time? Should we get back then?
We probably have another couple hours yet. She said she'd come by later in the morning because she's a busy woman. But I mean, I'm going to head back. This is very interesting, but maybe when we have a little bit more time for sociological. But right now, my mind is somewhere else.
Okay.
Most of it.
Okay. So you return to the lab or Sky Mountain, one of the two. Timothy, do you return as well, or do you go fishing?
I think I'm going to get a jump on what I just talked about. I think I'm going to go render down some fish fat into moldable earplugs.
Nice. I love it. Yeah. Okay, I'll come back and do that with you in a second, but let's see what Celexa and Winona and Thea are doing this morning. Thea. Nope, let's start with Nova.
I wake up and the first thing I do is I go to one of the servant peoples and I say, "Hey, has anyone dropped off a barrel full of healing potions?"
No one has. Would you like me to go investigate?
Yeah, I feel like this has taken a while.
It can't have been. It's literally been 14 hours. To be clear, and they said it might take 2 days, but we'll see. Yeah, she'll go investigate.
And I also am. I should probably get my sword checked out. I would guess that probably Nuja is the best person to ask, but I don't want to go alone for obvious reasons.
Yeah, traveling alone seems scary. Yeah, Nuja seems like a reasonable person to talk to. You could talk to other people as well, but certainly a possibility. Who do you want to go with?
I will knock on Thea's door.
Thea, are you home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Thea, do anything interesting last night?
I stayed up kind of late, but I think I got a good amount of sleep. What's that?
You want to go to Nuja with me?
Sure.
Should we see if Celexa wants to come too?
Yeah, she's good at talking.
I go and knock on Celexa's door.
Celexa the door just like pops open, and she may have actually been like listening at the door, and she's like, "Oh, hey, hi Nova, how are you doing? You got any plans? You got any plans today?"
I think I should probably get this sword checked out.
Oh yeah, that's the one that they mean the sword that like almost killed us and collapsed the whole cavern and everything. That sword.
You know.
Yeah, that makes sense, right? You know, that was a little extra when that happened. So I think maybe we should.
I do kind of like it like this, so I don't know if I'll change it, but it'd be good to know if this is like a forever kind of sword, or if like maybe I should have 2 swords.
Yeah, I think we would all like to know that, Nova. We would all like to know that. So what you guys were thinking of going to Nuja? I mean, just a guess. Not that I like heard you talking about it or anything. Just a guess.
Yeah, it'd be a strange thing to do listening through the door. But yeah, Nuja. She seems to know a lot of stuff, and she's also terrifying. So 3 of us sounds better than 1.
Sure. Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Awesome. So you guys head to talk to Nuja.
And on the way, Celexa is going to be asking Thea, so hey, what you do anything last night?
I kind of walked around and tried to see if I could see anything suspicious going on, but I don't know. You know the city. You don't leave
Yeah.
any pebble untouched.
You know, did you meet somebody or something? Like, you can totally tell me if you want to like go hang out with somebody or whatever. It's all. I know. I'm just wondering. It's kind of weird to be out so late at night.
I mean, the only people I saw were like our handlers.
Can
Weird.
can I do an insight check? Is that appropriate in this instance?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thea, could you roll a deception check at advantage for me, please?
Oh.
Ooh.
So,
There's something a little bit hinky in her story.
Yeah, because it's really weird because like I was following you last night and then you just took off. It was so weird.
Oh, that was you? Oh. Well, whenever I feel like someone's following me, I just, I find the nearest shadow and I kind of hide. Why didn't you say anything?
You were being so weird. I don't know. It just seemed like the right thing to do. You were like, you know how like yesterday, like it literally just happened that you were taken over by those brain shrimp.
Right.
And so it seemed pretty suspicious that you're just, wandering around by yourself and not telling us where you're going.
Well, to be fair, I haven't slept for like 2 days.
That's also true.
I don't know. A walk just felt like the right thing to do. Especially after all that stuff we were going through, and like, it just felt nice to have like a calm walk,
All right. Should I be concerned?
Concerned about what?
Concerned about you.
No, I mean, I got sleep last night, so.
Okay.
Should be good now.
So you guys make it to the trust ward, or the location of political meetings here. And while you enter, there's sort of a direction that you know that you go for Nuja's office. And you start heading over that way. And as you're heading that way, you notice that there is a bunch of people carrying boxes out of someone's office. It is not Nuja's office, but you just notice that it's happening.
Interesting. Celexa will she's going to like kind of murmur to herself quietly and kind of indistinguishably, and then she is going to just keep following and keep walking towards Nuja's office. But something small and invisible is going to go and sneak and peek into the office that is currently being emptied.
Excellent.
As we walk past, Nova's also going to just ask one of the people who's moving stuff, "Hey, whose office is this?"
The leader of the Kari.
Who's that?
We won't know. There's been a boat called.
Who was it?
Her name was Arwa.
Oh. Okay. Well, maybe we should take a detour.
Yeah.
You mean to go see Arwa?
Yeah, that seems very concerning. Where's, I ask the same person, where is Arwa now?
back on floor 2.
Floor 2?
Yeah, end of the hall.
Okay.
Just don't. Can you not use your sword between here and floor 2 till we get a chance to talk to Nuja?
Oh, you want to see me use my sword?
Give it. Just keep it under wraps for like 10 more minutes, and let's see what we can find out. Huh?
Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's check out floor 2.
Okay, so the three of you start making your way upstairs. You actually see Nuja in the hallway on your way up there. And she like smiles broadly and waves.
Oh, hey, Nuja.
She says, busy day. Not certain how much time I'll have for you, but I can always make time if you need me. Is it me that you're here for or someone else?
Actually, it is, well, you and yes, also. Hey, do you know what's going on with this sword? It had a bath of Earth's blood, and now
And she like stops looking at the papers in her hands and just like boing, looks up at you. There's like a spring in her neck, and she stares. You dunked your sword in Earth's blood.
Well, technically, I stabbed a creature that was dunked in Earth's blood.
Sure.
So, like, transitive property, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So it's been acting kind of funny. Any knowledge you got about that?
And she starts snapping her finger, and her assistant returns, just appears out of that places that really good assistants appear from, that alternate dimension where they just like bam pop into existence right when you need them. And could you carefully relinquish Nova's sword from her and take it to the lab and do a full analysis? Do you need this for the next 2 hours?
I'm kind of attached to this sword. It was like my grandfather's. Well, not my grandfather's, but like my great grandfather's sword. So I don't know how I feel about just giving it to someone.
And you believe in what? Legacy nonsense?
Legacy nonsense? I mean, it's like an heirloom.
Sure, right. Just for 2 hours, I promise you.
Mm. Do you have a loner sword I can use?
I don't exactly carry around weapons.
Okay. Jeez, Nova, you can have my sword. All right, you can borrow it, but you don't scratch it. Just don't use it. Don't use it, but you can carry it, okay?
Okay, all right. Okay, you can have my sword, I guess.
Yeah, so Nuja's assistant just comes forward and very carefully takes the sword from you with 2 hands. Says, I will do a full analysis. Will you be here for the next 2 hours, or should I return it to the Sky and the Mountain?
Maybe return it to Sky and Mountain.
Very well. Nods and walks down the hallway, carefully holding it.
All right, I guess let's go talk to Arwa.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys start going to talk to Arwa. So on the second floor, Arwa is in a very different room than you've actually never seen her in her office. So you don't really know what this is different, but it's definitely like bare bones. There's a chair and a desk and a small window and a potted plant that looks like it was there for a while. And the typical waterfall on the wall, of course, but still not like, it's pretty bare bones. And she looks at you and she says, come in. And how are you doing? Thea, Nova, Flexa? Can I get anything for you?
We were going to ask the same thing about you. How are you doing, Arwa?
Oh, I'm fine. Things are tense right now, of course.
We just happened to walk by your office downstairs, and yeah, I don't know, just like we were concerned. We didn't know. It must be kind of an emotional place that you're in right now with all this whole like, but there's like an election or something going on. How are you feeling about that?
Yes. Well, with all the changes that have been going on recently, it makes sense that there'd be some push or desire to change things up a little. So it's a little surprising, I'll not lie, but it makes a certain degree of sense. And I'll be. We've seen things like this before.
So
it'll be fun.
Okay, come on, Dish. Who's doing it? Who wants your place?
Oh, I don't know. In any actuality, it is. There's several people who are contenders, but it's open. I don't know who the it would be corrupt system if we had to know who submitted the call of no confidence upon us.
I bet it's Indra.
No idea, huh? Really no idea.
Do you want to roll an insight check?
Yes,
please. She looks at you and she's got like politician face on.
Okay. Fair. Of course. Yeah, I mean, you guys, your system must be very very safe and very fair. No questions asked. Well, our thoughts, we think you're doing just an amazing job. You're definitely the best. What's your position again?
I am the leader of the Kari.
You are definitely the best leader of the Kari that I've ever met. So you're really killing it, and we're hoping that you just stay right where you are. But in the meantime, is there anything that you need?
How's the investigation going? I'm supposed to. I promised that I would stop by for that. I think with everything that's going on, I won't be able to make it today. I have some meetings that I have to get through. But how's the investigation going?
Caliban will be so disappointed. He's been wanting to show you all kinds of terrible things.
Yes, I'm sure. Certainly not to your taste, Alexa. You like the finer things, don't you?
Oh, well, I mean, you take what you can get sometimes. But I have been known for sure. Thea gets me.
Yeah.
But really, so I don't know. She turns to Thea and Nova. Have you guys heard from? Have you heard from the guys? Do you know what they're like? They took that thing, right? They got that thing, and then she turns back. They got one of the things, I think.
Yeah.
One of the like things that goes in your head. They caught one.
Yes, Caliban informed me. That's fantastic news. I'm really excited. The current situation seems, like that would be a good way to resolve things.
I have a feeling like they are gonna want to talk to you soon, though. Do you know when you can come by? If not today.
Well, depending on how things shake up, I'll either have sometime tomorrow or lots of time tomorrow.
So are you up for re-election?
It's not like that. It's not a campaign. It's I don't know if you have similar legal systems in your part of the world. It's essentially a vote of no confidence.
Oh.
In my leadership. And should that and that's reached enough people that there's essentially a coming together where we discuss who the new leaders should be.
So if you're not going to have this job anymore, then we're going to be reporting to someone else.
Yes, that would be true.
What if we didn't? What if we kept reporting to you?
You mean you would break the chain of command and the weight of history and tradition for what? Our minor friendship?
I mean,
Not that I don't love and value you and your experience, but we've known each other for less than a week.
I mean, to be fair though, you're one of the few people that we trust at all here, and we're fairly certain that you're not infected, which is more than we can say about your replacement.
I will not rise against the will of my people.
So I'll count that as like a maybe then.
Count it as you will.
Okay. Do you have any idea who might replace you?
Well, Nuja is certainly on the list. I don't know if you know Aida. She is on the list. There are a couple others, but the three of us are certainly the most important. Kasha is sort of a minor outside candidate. You've met him before, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't really have any real interest. He's more interested in going out and being his diplomatic envoy self, as he has said he wants to do. But yes, all those are choices. There's sort of an outsider candidate in Kyra, the person you saved.
Really?
Yes, there's a contingent of people who are saying that, well, by virtue of you saving him, he must be destined for great things with his life.
Is it just me, or would that be awkward?
Would be incredibly awkward. He has no political experience, no leadership experience, no qualifications of any sort.
Oh, I mean, I was kind of just thinking of us having to work with him, but that too.
Yes.
Hypothetically, if you were in our shoes and you suspected that your new boss had a brain infection, what would you do?
Cure them.
If there wasn't a cure, that would mean like just killing them.
And find a cure. Isn't that what you're here to do? I don't
know if that's what we're here to do.
I don't know if that's what you're here to do either anymore.
Yeah.
But either way, I really need to spend the day in meetings. I need to be speaking to other members of the Kari and figuring out how to solve this.
Okay.
No, you've got a lot on your mind, of course. Well, just like I said before, we're rooting for you, and if you need anything, you let us know.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. Let's cut back to the Sky and Mountain. Caliban, there is a knock on your door.
Okay. I went down.
Oh, yeah, you went down to the lab. Okay. Never mind then. There is a knock on your door, but you are not there to hear it.
Okay.
And someone is going to be sent for you instead, but that'll happen differently. So you're downstairs in the lab right now.
Yeah.
Timothy, are you down there as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So the two of you are down in the lab. What's the intention now that you're down in the lab?
I think if Arwa doesn't come by noon, I'm just gonna get started because I don't want the pig's brain to be completely eaten by the time we're done.
Yeah, of course. Nova.
Nova would definitely like to be there for that.
Yeah, definitely. We've got time still. It's earlier than noon. So it's around 9:30 then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Arwa, basically.
Yeah. It's around 9:30 that there's a knock on the door to the lab.
I jump up and open.
Mm-hmm. Meek is there.
I step aside.
Sorry, but Arturo is down here, so I volunteered to take the job, the task, and now I'm doing the task that I was asked to do, even though it was supposed to be Arturo's task. Is that okay? Am I allowed to do that? I wanted to ask you, Timothy. Am I allowed to do that? Like when Arturo's not there and someone needs Caliban, am I allowed to take Arturo's job? Arturo, am I allowed to do that? Or Timothy?
We all have special jobs, Meek Meek. So in the future, I think you should run that by us because your strengths are different than Arturo's strengths. Okay, but thank you. I'm sure you're just helping.
Oh,
It's totally
okay.
fine. What do you
Then, Arturo, could you tell Caliban that there's someone upstairs who wants to speak with him?
Yep. Arturo?
Arturo just nods and looks at you.
Great. Thank you.
Taking me totally seriously.
Timothy, you'll stay here?
Yeah, I have a few experiments running.
Great. I jog upstairs.
So in your room, and sitting on a chair, very elegantly dressed in flowing, very lightweight white robes, is a woman, a female member of the Kva, and she looks at you. And she has painted around her eyes a very ornate, almost lace-looking blue, sort of almost like a bandit mask, except that it's painted to look like blue lace. And it's painted. It's not a bandit mask at all. It's painted onto her flesh. It's like face paint. And she looks at you. She smiles. She says, "We have not met yet.
No,
You
we
are
have
the
not.
chosen one."
One of them, it seems.
It is still new, and you may not be aware of everything that is going on. I bring news and a request.
From whom?
I am here on my own behalf.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I bow a little bit. I'm Caliban. Pleasure to meet you.
My name is Aida.
Is there another chair in here?
Yes.
Okay. I pull up a chair and sit probably about fairly close, actually. Probably like a foot and a half from her.
You have not been privy to certain things that are going on. Many has been hidden from you and your friends and companions. You were brought here, and then with your attendance and arrival, we already had the foolish plan to wipe your memories. We had the foolish plan to prevent you from doing your work, to keep you separate and not provide you with resources that you might need.
I'm listening intently.
This was the plan of Arwa. This is the plan that she put forth.
Mm-hmm.
I know that she is the one that you have spoken to the most, the one who is leading the Kari, and with that comes leading the Chosen. But she is wrong, and there's much that she has done that is wrong. And faith and her rule is weakening. It is time for someone new to take over. Someone new to help guide us. You, in your actions with your friends, have irrevocably changed the world, and our leadership needs to change with it.
Are you assuming this mantle then?
It is my intent. There is an election to be held. A vote of no confidence was passed in Arwa, proving her weakness.
Really? The vote. So you're here today to receive our endorsement?
I am here now to seek yours. I do not want to presume to speak for all. I do not trust you to speak for all your friends and colleagues. I intend to seek endorsements, yes, but right now I am asking for yours.
What are the duties of the leader of the Kari?
Historically speaking, the position has been one that is rooted in guidance, determining what is brought before the Kari so that the Kari can vote upon it, determining what from things that are to be voted upon should be removed before the vote is passed so that people cannot continue to place things on it. It is a position of great importance, but it also is a position of cultural leadership.
With the world changed now, what is your intent with regards to dealing with people from other planets? In terms of working with or against the change that has very recently happened?
It is my opinion that you have shown us that we do not need to be quite so isolationist as we have been. We can collaborate. We can work together. We can build a new future. I worry and am wary about the safety of this planet. I am no fool. But I think that there are overtures that could be made to certain civilizations where we could find a way to be a part of a greater community. We are already deeply enriched just by having you and your friends be here for, what, a week? Imagine what more could be happening if we split that with more peoples.
And the reason that we were told we were brought here once we arrived, that reason. How much do you know? Please.
I know little. I am wary, and I know not to trust everyone. I worry that anyone who might take ownership of the Kari might be taken. I worry that the Arwa might be taken. I worry that really what this is a threat to stability, a threat to order. And what test you need me to take to prove that I am what I say I am and not infected, I happily will do.
What are you doing this morning?
Seeking your endorsement. I have learned to be where I am when I am there, to never throw my mind far away, but to keep it here on the present. Why? Do you have need?
When she said, I know little, can I insight check that specifically?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, she's a powerful political person. She has some information, but it's definitely, this whole thing is top secret, and so like there's a lot of stuff that Arwa leaves out of the reports purposely. So yeah, she's not lying. If she wins this election and takes over, she will suddenly learn a lot more. And if you tell her a lot more, she you know more than she does.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Nusha?
I have great respect for Nusha, and think that her inventions and creativity are something that needs to be rewarded. She is forward-thinking, and I think that is a good thing. But I am wary of certain tendencies that I have seen. Too often, she uses the exploration of science towards warlike and militaristic manners. Sometimes I think that her desire is not so much to be a part of this world, but as to rule it.
Mm-hmm. And if a member of the council were found to be infected, what would you have done?
This is a hypothetical situation.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a cure in this hypothetical situation?
Not yet.
Then there are two options, and I would seek advice from my closest advisors on which option to go with. The first would be to imprison this person until a cure can be found. The second would be to reveal the infection within this person to all. Bring it to the light. Allow them to retain their seat on the council, but anything that they say will be known to be speaking for the infection and not for the people.
Right. So, thank you for coming here today. A lot is happening very quickly, obviously. We have a way, we believe, to test for the infection. I need a sample of your blood to do that. Would you allow me?
She holds out her arm.
Thank you. Would I have a vial in here at this point?
Probably. It's you.
Okay. Great. So I'll take a dagger and just really lightly cut into her arm and drip some blood until it's probably like a third full. And then I'll use my medicine kit just to bandage her up.
Thank you for the patience you have shown me, Chosen One.
Thank you for giving me something straight from the source. It means I trust you even more.
She nods.
How may I contact you quickly?
If you have no objection. And she raises her hand, and someone who's also in white robes, this one wearing a blue pearl necklace around their neck, comes in. Their head is bowed. And Aida says, this is my attendant. She has no name, but she can contact me psionically. She will be near.
Do these attendants do these robes look aligned with a particular religious faction that we've been?
Yes, they're aligned directly with what she is wearing, and she is the leader of the faithful.
Yeah.
Also known as the Kunoya.
Okay. Before you go, you're the leader of the faithful, yes?
I don't know if that name has meaning anymore in the light of how things have changed, but I was until yesterday, 2 days ago, and still am in some extent.
And how do you expect that faith to change? If at all.
I think that faith is often about tradition. It is about where we come from. But to accurately interpret where we come from, we must always have our eye on the future. I do not know how it will change. Prophecy does not guide us anymore.
She has no name. So I'll just address her as you there.
That'll work.
Okay. Before while she's still standing there, I sort of beckon for the servant's arm and do the same thing for her in the vial.
Yeah. Aida looks at you and says, if you wish to draw attention to her, you could refer to her as of Aida, because she is of me.
I can do that. Before you go,
Of course.
And it means a great deal that you come here yourself. If we are to give you this endorsement, and I will talk about it with the rest of my group, where would we do so? On the floor of the council?
It's certainly a possibility. I was also considering the Aberthor, the temple.
If it makes you have to understand where I'm coming from. We are outsiders. If we were to do that, if we were to give our endorsement in the Aberthor, we would be giving you an endorsement, but we would also be endorsing a particular faith and faction. And I would rather if we do give you an endorsement, we do it in a neutral political space.
The trust ward, then.
Okay.
Or perhaps the floor before the trust ward with the statue.
That's an interesting idea. Sure.
The square that was painted red by your small friend. She smiles.
When she says that, does she show, like, is she actually smiling like she thought it was
Yeah,
funny?
roll an insight check.
Or is she smiling because she was like,
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Natural 20.
She was casually amused by the situation. She did not find Meek offensive. She found him amusing.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'll go get these tests done.
Thank you for listening to me.
Sure thing. And I'll head downstairs.
Okay. Well, we've got another one of these that's going to happen right now. Shocking, probably to no one. Celexa, on your way out of the trust ward, Nuja's assistant grabs you by the arm.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I know you, right? Yeah, what's your name again? What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
Yeah, looks at you and says, I have been sent to request your presence by Nuja, just briefly. He has something that he wants to discuss with you. She has something that she wants to discuss with you.
I'm always... Nuja is such a delight. Of course, I would love to talk with her. Lead the way.
Yeah, and so you are led back to Nuja's office. And you open the door to Nuja's office, and it is resplendently filled with champagne and delicious foods and all sorts of wonderful goodies. It looks incredibly elegant and quite beautiful. And Nuja is sitting there and says, "Please join me. Sit down."
Hi, Nuja. I hear this is a big time for you, and I have to say, you look like you are just ready to celebrate.
I know, right? And she looks down. She's wearing her like nicest blue robes and looks. Yes, celebrate. Well, this is actually partially for you. Please sit down. Have some champagne, some food.
Well, I guess if you insist, I would be happy to. Yeah.
For
So
presence, of course.
she sits down and will help herself to a glass of champagne, and she will raise it and say, so to new beginnings in the Kva.
I like the way your mind thinks. And he cheers.
So what is what's on your mind, Nusha? I want to know. I know. I mean, much. I'm sure right now, given all that's happening.
Oh, so much is going on, but I don't have an infinite amount of time. But I wanted to make some time for you specifically to discuss certain things that have been going on. I know that you have been particularly close. You and your friends have been particularly close with Arwa recently, as she has been your guide coming in.
Oh yeah, she's just lovely, just a lovely person. Absolutely, we trust her so much. You know,
I admire her immensely. She is
Truly.
just the most fantastic of people. But I don't know if you've heard, but a vote of no confidence has been placed upon her.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's wow, that's a surprise.
I voted against it myself, of course.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's, as you say, you admire her so much.
Yes.
But I'm sure, I feel like there's a but coming.
Well, but is the wrong word. But that being said, it does strike me that this is a chance for new beginnings, as you said. That's the perfect phrase for for the Kava, and that we could take steps to head into a new direction and discover something that we haven't yet discovered, something new and uncommon, some new path. And you know, as long as leadership is in question right now, we might as well think about who actually would be the best person to lead us into the future. Is it someone who is obsessively looking into how things have been done, or is it someone who is interested in where we go from here?
You know, that's what an interesting question. I mean, as you say, like not that you would necessarily vote to get rid of Arwa, but given that the situation is what it is.
Exactly. You understand precisely.
Yeah, and you know, maybe.
Would you like a petit four? And he offers you a petit four.
Oh, of course. Oh, thank you. So, Nusha, what did you have in mind specifically? You know, as I have always said, we're here to help the beautiful people of the Kava. And I have said before, if there's any way I can help you, please let me know. And so I want to know how can I help you?
Well, before we get to that, I just want to ask you very briefly. Is there anything that you're looking for? Anything that I can arrange to have happen for you? Anything? I have a basket of healing potions that was requested by one of your friends.
Yeah, Nova won't shut up about those. It's like
yes,
every 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Anyway,
but,
yeah, she'll
but
be.
Is there anything for you in particular? It seems to me, maybe I'm wrong, but it does seem to me like your friends seem to follow your guidance not infrequently and your suggestions. And I just thought I'd start with just what is it that you like? If this is a time of great change, is there something that you would see as being different that you would like to see change?
I feel like the chosen ones, as you have of course called us, we have been imbued with this great responsibility
and popularity,
and we take it so seriously. You know, really we do. And yet I feel like there is some resistance at times in terms of what the council would like to sort of let us know or have us know.
Yes, it does strike me that there has been a distinct resistance to giving you the information that you would need to complete your job.
Right.
Do you think that there's been anyone that has been, I don't know, at least on some symbolic level, helping you gain the information that you guys have requested, even when the council hasn't been helping you?
Well, I will say, of course, that so in the space of just a week or so, there's so many times we have come to you for assistance and for guidance.
And I hope that
And
I've always been able to provide it as best I can.
yeah, absolutely. And so we trust you implicitly.
Considering
But
of course, the oaths that I've had to maintain.
what I'm wondering then is, hypothetically speaking, in a time of change, if there were a way for the chosen few to become not just sort of a a band of guests, but perhaps even just temporarily, something more of an official institution, and perhaps there would be a way for one of us to occasionally come and have and sit in with the council, just to sort of hear things more directly and know a little bit more about what's going on. And I feel
I
like
think the council is more direct than what you're getting, then you are in for an unfortunately rude awakening. But I think a seat on the council or some sort of stewardship position wouldn't be a miss at all. I think that would be, I honestly believe that would be something that would be quite easy to see done at this point.
And with that, of course, I think would be the implication that if we have a seat on the council, having some kind of not just the informal support that we've received for our mission, but some kind of codified support, so that we have the assurance that our solemn duties and our solemn mission is given the priority that it needs to be given, and people who would
yes,
seek to impede us they'd have to answer to the council itself.
Yeah, your own people, your own investigators, people that could do legwork for you.
Yes, absolutely.
That makes a lot of sense to me. I can very much see potential possibility in making something like that happen. And so, I think that could be an effective use of our time, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And so what I'm wondering of you, Nusha, I see you as a person of great vision, and I'm wondering about your vision for the relationship with the many and varied guests of the celestial domain. And I'm thinking again of our conversation the other day about the Empire, and I mean, I actually haven't seen you since then. We went and just paid a little visit to them, to Allura in particular.
Princess Allura, yes.
Yeah, and it was very enlightening. It was interesting to hear. Very ambitious person, that Allura.
Yes, and a little entitled, though she handles it well.
So what I'm wondering is, what is your vision for the involvement of the Empire and the other sort of ambitious groups that inhabit the celestial domain? Their involvement here in the Kava and in the rest of the world. How would you like to see that play out in the coming weeks and months?
So I have been doing my best to use my friends that I know who are possible to do this, but people from other factions and other groups to investigate other civilizations that have been, I think the appropriate word that I would use now, engulfed and overtaken by the Empire. And I seek not for that to occur here. I think that they are ambitious, and behind their pretty words lies iron rulership and indoctrination, and sort of a authoritarian sense of rulership. It's a monarchy, obviously. And it's the more other civilizations that I look up, the more it's monarchies all the way down. I was able to find research on one planet that seemed like a reasonably good planet to me, that petitioned the Empire for membership, and the Empire granted membership to these people, and then found a military leader on the planet and funneled financial support to this military leader to launch a coup and take over the planet so that they would become the sole leader of the planet, even though the planet had democratically decided to join the Empire in the first place. It was just too much for them. So I would not have us join the Empire. I would instead seek to defend our people from it and search for other allies. That being said, I do think that trade is one of the most important things in the world, and this region and this planet, Isaim, and the moons here, are resource heavy in a way that the Empire is definitively interested in. And I think that we can use our some advantages that we have, to manipulate that into a trade relationship that would not be one of domination.
Interesting. And this, what comes to mind is our conversation that we had about the technology that the Empire brings here, and for example, the Dragonfly ships. And I was thinking while we were visiting Princess Allura, I was kind of wondering if there is a person there who is holds a position sort of similar to yours, or is sort of a keeper of their technology, or somebody that you've been in contact with there who might be more prone than others to know about these ships in particular. Just hypothetically speaking, if I were to go and have a conversation with them or something like that.
Yes, almost certainly. I'll do some research and get you a name. I don't know who it is right off the top of my brain, but
I knew a person with your resources
of course
would have some information like that. And just I think we're on the same page about the Empire. That makes total sense. Oh, and you were gonna say something. I just wanted to kind of mention that as something that was on my mind to help not only you, but of course the Kva, and our world all over would be safer perhaps without the print of the Empire all over it. But you were going to say something else, I think, about how you might want help from me.
Well, if you and I share so much in common about our vision for the Kava and potential ways that we can help this society grow and shape the cosmic events to come, then it strikes me as a possibility that you and I could maybe use your natural charm and make a speech together, perhaps before the celestial domain itself. Speaking of sort of some of our goals.
When would you be thinking of doing so?
Things are moving quickly. I was hoping to do so later today if I could gain your interest. You need not answer now.
I will have an answer for you by let's say 1 o'clock.
That would be wonderful. I'll be
Okay.
making a speech there at 6 o'clock, hopefully with you. But if not, I'll be making one there anyway.
You have my support, Nuja. You know, not everybody in our fine little crew. Oh, they're wonderful people, and I'm so privileged to be working with them. But not all of them, I think, see everything kind of the way that we do. And so I'll have to consult with them, of course, and sort of see what the implications of this would be.
Of
but
course.
Whether the answer is yes or no, I just want to let you know that I'll be doing what I can to help you.
Of course. And if it's not too much, would you accept a small gift from me?
It would. It's so nice to be thought of. I just want to say it's so nice to be thought of. Yes, thank you, Nuja.
And she reaches down and grabs a bag, and it looks like a normal shopping bag in some ways, that's like designed to hold like a bottle of wine or something like that.
Okay.
And she hands it to you and says, I get embarrassed with expressions of gratitude, so please leave before you look inside.
Sure. And Celexa rises and says, "It's always wonderful to talk to you. I'll have your answer soon." She starts walking out, and then she turns back and she says, "Oh, there's one more thing."
Columboing me. Okay, go for it.
What do I need to know about the statue?
Which statue? We have many.
The one that nobody talks about.
Need or want?
Oh. What should I know? I have a feeling like if we're going to be here, and just sort of hypothetically speaking,
we built that statue to commemorate. It's one of the oldest statues in the Kava, actually. In fact, it might well be the oldest statue. I'd have to check. I don't remember. But we built it to commemorate a time when we were doing something very similar to what we did here, but made colossal mistakes, and released something that is vile.
I see. Well,
it's mostly fallen to legend now. The Nyogi aren't really people that you hear about at this point, so nothing to worry about. Probably, it's more of that tradition stuff that people care about.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if people might be discussing it more with things changing.
It's possible. But this is such a different situation. Everything is so different. It wouldn't be the same.
Good to know. Well, let's put a pin in this, huh? Thank you. Of course. Thank you so much. Lovely to talk to you. I'll be in touch soon. And Celexa walks out.
Excellent. Well, that's where we're going to take our break. But I've got one more of these things that's going to hit Nova and Timothy. I think, Nova, you're going to head down to the lab to interrogate this thing. And Timothy is going to be there. And this is going to occur while Caliban is being courted by Aida. We've got one more courtship thing where people are going to try and get you to endorse something. And Thea, we're going to have a very brief little thing with you as well when we get back. And then we'll actually interrogate this thing and see what happens. So we'll take our break. Back in 10. So I just had a cookie, which is a shortbread cookie on the bottom and a shortbread cookie on top with a heart cut out in the middle and jam in the middle. And my brother gave it to me because my brother's awesome, and it was delicious. And I did not know what it was called, and I just learned from John, who plays Timothy, that apparently in England they call it a jammy dodger. So today I learned something.
I feel nervous now that what if I'm somehow wrong?
No, that's actually correct.
Okay, good.
I just did the Google search.
Well, if you were wrong, then I would punish you for it.
In game.
Because I am an evil DM who lives to see you suffer. Sorry. Back to playing role-playing games with awesome people. Hi, everyone. We're back. If you are enjoying our content, please check out some of the other stuff on our channel. We've got all sorts of cool stuff. We've got shows every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Tomorrow, we've got the Assassination of Primarch Magli Black Ice returning after a 5-week hiatus, after a little bit of a hiatus, however long it's been, to play a different game, The Engines of Time, which wrapped up last week. It was awesome. If you did not listen to the last session, actually, all of that show, you should go back and listen to it because it's a lot of fun. They messed with time and then severed a continent. It was awesome. Yes, they ruptured an entire continent and then made a floating island.
Which is they trying to outdo us? They're trying to outdo us?
Yeah, I was like, really? That's nothing.
Yeah, well, they're higher level than you, I think. Maybe not. I don't remember. They started higher level than you guys did. Anyway, the Assassination of Primarch Magli Black Ice is coming back tomorrow, theoretically, so that'll be fun. And then Thursday, we've got our dungeon diving, which is awesome. We're crawling through a awesome adventure made by Janelle Jacques. It's updated, obviously, but because it's from the 80s. But if you don't know Janelle Jacques, she is one of the single greatest dungeon designers of all time. She worked in all sorts of different RPG systems, and she is trans, and she's been doing this since the 70s. So check out her and her stuff. She's great. And then on Fridays, we play a game where we actually change systems on a regular basis. And this Friday, Nia, who some of you know from, well, The Engines of Time and the Assassination of Primarch Magli Black Ice, is going to be running a game. She's going to be running a game of Super Normal, where superheroes who are incompetent at being normal try to be normal. I do not think it's going to go well for me, because I am... What am I playing? I'm playing a superhero known as... What am I playing? I'm playing the Bat. And what do I have? I've got powers. I don't remember what powers I have. I don't remember what I have. Whatever. But it's going to go badly for me. So if you want to see me fail miserably at things, then come check us out on Friday as well. All good stuff. And of course, this show is our Sunday show with this awesome crew of awesome, awesome people. Anywho. Thea.
Yes.
As, yes, all these awesome people. There and maybe there, because I don't know what direction is. Thea. You have a new friend.
Oh.
Their name is Zeris. And they use they, them pronouns. They are agender. And they feel warm for the first time in a long time. And they're hanging out there with you. Very close to you, shall we say. But they can communicate with you. And they have spent the last little while reading through your entire mind like a book, learning your thoughts, your fears, your hopes and dreams, things that you care about, your secret feelings, so that they can do their best to be you. And while they are doing that, they can simultaneously speak with you and you with them inside your own mind. It's warm in here.
Was it cold where you were before?
Yes, and I couldn't see.
Can you see now?
Through your eyes.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Yes. They like all this water stuff, I guess. Do you?
I like land. Water's good sometimes.
So what are we doing today? What would you normally be doing? Trying to kill my people? Wipe us out? Commit genocide?
Normally we'd be trying to get you guys out.
Trap us in our dormant state, as we've been for so many years. Prisoners. There's going to be an election. I have been informed by the collective.
Oh. And what should we do about it?
You and I are going to go to the Celestial Domain at about 6 o'clock. And we're going to endorse Nuja. If you can talk any of your friends into joining us, that would be great.
Okay, Theris.
I hope this isn't too painful for you.
No, you're quite comfortable for me.
I hope that we can become friends. I know that you're not ready yet. I can see it in your mind. But I do hope for it.
Maybe one day.
Maybe. Okay. Down in the lab. There's another knock on the door. Nova and Timothy are there.
Someone?
What?
I said Nova and Timothy are in the lab. Sorry. For
Are
clarity.
you expecting someone?
Maybe it could be a barrel of health potions.
Oh, okay. Come in.
No,
They can't open the door.
I go and open the door, crack. Hello.
So standing before you, robed in gray robes, is Kyra, the man that you guys saved from being sacrificed.
Oh, hello. Timothy, let's talk outside of this room that we're currently in.
Okay, I mean, I have a few things bubbling, but... Oh, hello.
I try to keep the door kind of obscured so that he can't see what's going on inside.
Oh, yeah, I will go outside.
Yeah, he sees that you're trying to do this and just averts his eyes entirely, looking away. I would speak with the two of you.
Okay. Yeah, what's going on?
There may not be an answer for this, but I would ask why you saved me.
Timothy.
It's a multifaceted question, I think, in my opinion, but in the heat of the moment, I just, I try not to meddle in other cultures that I don't understand, but there comes a point when tradition obscures judgment and a tradition butts heads with science. And I draw the line at the loss of innocent life.
Did you receive a vision from the gods or something?
No, no. I talked to a member of your society who had some interesting things to say. And other than that, the qualms were my own.
And you followed him? Or you were the one against it?
Oh, sorry.
Me.
Yeah, you.
I'm not into people dying, but I'm also really not into a lot of people dying. So it was kind of
Yes.
mixed bag.
That's where I was raised. That thought pattern, that process. I have known about the ceremony since I was 6, was when it was realized that I would be the conduit. And I have lived my life taught to believe that this was my purpose, that this was what was wanted of me by society, by the gods, by my faith. I grew up believing that. And now that I am not dead, when I thought I would be, I guess I am looking for new purpose. New, why am I here? I come seeking your guidance.
Oh. I think I heard that you were being considered to take over Arwa's job.
I am a long shot candidate at best. I think it unlikely. There are some who believe that because you saved me, that I am meant for the greatness of leading the Kari. My membership in the Kari before this was strictly honorary. I was the sacrifice, and so I was given a measure of respect.
So now you're not sure what to do with the life that you have?
Or the life that you never had, really.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. I've never really permitted myself wants and desires. I've forgotten how to do that. When you're I was 6 when I learned. It's been 25 years of knowing that this would be what I would be.
Well, you're in a unique position to have an opinion on all this traditions stuff. I feel like if you had some things to say about that, people would listen.
I feel lucky to be alive.
Whew.
But cursed to not know my purpose.
I think that's something that you'll figure out with time. I think a lot of people don't know their purpose at your age anyways.
I agree. I second that. I think most people don't know anyone's purpose. There's this branch of philosophy called river nihilism, and yeah, it's it's the thought that a river runs one way, and when it hits the ocean, it goes, what? That's it? That's all there is? Just more water? But you have to make...
Have you a text on this?
Sorry?
Have you a text on this that I could borrow and read?
Oh, I would have to write home for it, but
I would be curious.
Yeah. I just think, yeah, like Nova said, you have a unique chance here to redefine yourself and figure out what makes you tick. And I think that's, in some ways, yes, terrifying, but also beautiful.
It seems to me that my goal is to know what is right.
That's a tough one.
I will make my speech. Thank you.
Sure.
You're welcome. You should try something exciting every day. You should try one new thing every day. Why not fishing?
Yes, there's a movement to do more fishing. I presume that was started by you. Is there a reason behind this, or is it just your own pastime? Or food, or science? People seem confused what to do with all the fish we now have.
I will tell you, I had no intention of starting the fishing craze here in the Kava, but it warms my heart to see people doing it.
You are unaware of the power of your influence.
Yep, I have been hearing that these days.
Intriguing. Well, thank you for my life. And he turns to Nova. Thank you for helping to recognize that the decision was not easy. And he bows and he walks away.
Nova, you gave really good advice there. Just throwing that out there.
I don't see why everyone's always so surprised.
That's fair. Ooh, oof. Huh.
Why is everyone surprised that Nova's good advice? I don't know. I don't know. It's probably because she has a big sword.
No, from a fighter. Well, she had a big sword.
That's true.
Now I have Lux's sword.
Yeah. And you know what? You have it back, along with a note.
Okay. What does it say?
It says, be particularly careful with the next 7 swings.
Oh, great. Okay. I'd also like to just point out that
It does. I'll accept. I will elaborate for just a second, for the sake of elaboration. It says, be particularly careful with the next 7 strings, and then it has a note. Though each will be less powerful than the one before.
Okay. I would like to point out that Nova took, I think it was 5 vials of Earth Spud.
Mm-hmm.
Last time she had a chance.
Yeah.
So this there may be a repeat. It depends. Keep it interesting.
Okay. So I think we're gonna reconvene at the Sky Mountain or the lab, one or the other, and figure out what we're doing from there. Does that sound reasonable to people?
Yeah.
Who wants to be there for the interrogation of the pig? Everyone but Alexa.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think
Okay.
Alexa is going to skip it.
Okay.
On my way down
Mhm.
from speaking with Aida, I grab just a servant here, and say, could you see about procuring, and I gesture to the glaive on my back.
Mhm.
If you can, 20 more like sort of bladed spears. That would be really wonderful. And just don't bring them to my room, please. Just sort of set them outside.
Of course. By the way, here, and like hands you a crate
Thank you. Ooh, Jesus.
for Nova.
Yeah, I'll bring this downstairs. Thanks. But yeah, just outside the Sky and Mountain.
No worries.
I'll-
Of course.
Thanks.
For you, no problem.
Thanks. Oh my god. Okay.
So you make your way down. I think
Yeah.
Thea like walks next to you.
Okay. Thea, hi.
Hey,
Like stumbling along with this big crate. What have you been up to today?
well, we saw a few people. Nuja and Arwa.
Cool. Sounds
Last
exciting.
evening.
You talked to Arwa.
Yeah.
How's she doing?
She seems like she's in the middle of something.
Can't blame her. Cool.
What did you do today? You working out or something?
I'm taking this box of what I assume are healing potions down to Nova. I have not been working out, and it's show.
Excellent. So the two of you make your way downstairs. Box of healing potions there. You open the magical lock door and enter. There are Timothy and Nova inside.
Yes! My healing potions!
Your shipment has arrived, my queen.
Thank you. I would like to count them.
Yeah. So there are. So first of all,
Line
look at the box. And inside the box, the first thing you see is anything for you, signed Nuja. And inside you will see 4 common healing potions and 8 whatever one step up from common is. Greater. Healing potions and 2 whatever one step up from that is. Even better. Healing potions. I forget the name so easily. Why am I so bad? What is it? Lesser, normal, greater? Is that what it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Lesser,
No,
normal,
I think
greater.
it's normal, greater, superior.
No, superior is the insane one.
Then
I should know.
no. Supreme is the insane one.
There you go.
Healing,
So it's
greater, superior, supreme.
great. So it's
All grande venti.
normal is whatever, greater is correct, and even better should be superior.
And Thea sees the note. She's like, wow, Nuja's really pulling through for us, huh?
Yeah, despite having a worm in her brain.
Yeah. So, do you guys hear about the election?
Yeah. Can we talk about it after?
Yeah.
Do you mind? I glance over at the pig. How's it doing?
It looks like it's in a cage. It's a little cramped. It's trying to move around a little bit.
Okay.
Have you fed it?
Nope.
Okay. Then it's hungry. Then unhappy.
Great.
I think,
Caliban.
Timothy, you recognize that this thing is behaving just like a normal pig.
Okay.
with tufts of feathers coming out of
Yeah.
its ears. Cool. So in order to do this, we need to get it back in the fish tank because I need to be able to see it. Put it in the
Need to get the brain slug back into the fish tank.
not the pig. Yeah, no, I like before. I need to be able to see it to interrogate it, and the reason we didn't do it yesterday is because I didn't have enough spells. So we need to. Unfortunately, this pig is a noble sacrifice.
Didn't you say you saw it come out of the pig under its own volition yesterday or last night?
In the middle of the night, I assume it was trying to escape.
Maybe it will do so now.
I guess we can. There's no harm in trying. So we could can we move the fish tank close to the
Mhm.
cage and
Yeah.
see if we can get it in
Nova's
such a
there,
way
so
where
that's-
we can.
You've been skipping leg day, but Nova's there, so that's not a problem. What were you going to say, Timothy? Sorry.
Oh, earlier in the day, I had asked, or I had posited the idea of making earplugs out of animal fat. Was
Yes.
I successful in doing so?
Oh, right. Thank you. Yeah, let's do a quick tools check. Do you have a tool skill that applies to this?
I don't have a tools skill, no. I have a kit, but I don't have any
Which kit do you have?
alchemist's kit.
Yeah, that'll be no problem then. Why don't you roll an alchemist kit with this will be we'll call it dexterity.
Are you doing this here, right now, or did you do it
He
beforehand?
probably did it. He did it earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't have that programmed in. Can I do
Oh,
it?
I got it. Hold on. I can make it quickly.
Oh, thanks.
Alchemist, and we will do it with dexterity. Bam. Go.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
Beautiful. Yeah. You get it, but it takes some time. You have to mechanically waste some time, and it's frustrating, and you're a little annoyed at earplugs.
Okay. I give
Do you have
that-
enough for all of us?
Yeah, how many?
Yeah, you have enough for everyone.
Okay.
That's what you set out to do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just in case.
Or
Yeah. Yes, the earplugs. Hmm. Great. So let's move the fish tank.
All right. I grab the pig and lead it towards the fish tank.
It goes towards the fish tank. Pig starts drinking the water.
I have a stupid idea. What if one of us just like put our head next to the pig's ear, and then
Why?
it tries to come out.
like bait.
Well, we haven't unplugged the pig's ears yet.
Yeah, but we could. I mean, I'm just saying that's an alternate to killing it if we wanted to try something weird.
I like that idea.
If you're volunteering as tribute, then
I don't think it'll
I'm
work
gonna be my
because he's a lizard folk. Remember?
But do they know that?
I'm saying you know about.
Oh, me?
It'll probably make the slug come out faster.
Yeah. Do we have a way to get it out if it gets in?
If it gets in your brain, nope.
Well,
Except for cutting your head open.
they're not very fast, right?
They're pretty fast when they're going from brain to brain.
In the water.
In the water, they're fast, but when they're not in the water?
Not as fast, no.
I wouldn't risk it if I were you. Just putting that out there.
Okay, well.
You have ear.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll try it with earplugs.
Okay. Who am I to stop you?
Okay, well, yeah, well, it probably won't do anything. I unplug one of the pig's ears and put my head kind of close to it.
Are your ears plugged?
My ears are plugged.
Nothing happens.
Can we dunk the pig's head in the water?
Sure.
I
That's-
could probably do that.
Great.
All right, let's try that. I don't think it'll come out, but
Does it come out?
So you dunk the pig's head in water?
Yep.
Yeah, the pig starts struggling, trying to break free. Do you want to drown the pig?
No.
We're just torturing this pig.
Yeah.
all right. Should I
Fuck
kill?
this. I'm gonna take the glaive off my back and just snap its spine.
Okay, pig dead. Pig dead, and very shortly after death, within seconds, MC Shrimp, Mind Control Shrimp, starts slithering out.
Okay, I cast command and say dive.
Okay. What's the spell save DC?
16.
And it's wisdom.
Oof.
dives anyway.
Okay. Stops for a moment, as if to look at me, and then cool. So the way I was thinking about doing this, and I pull out the 7 scrolls of detect thoughts that I got. Is start with these, and then zone of truth, and work our way from there.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and I mean, Thea, you can always just talk to them too, right?
Yeah, we could save all your scrolls, and I could just talk to this thing.
Yeah, we could, but I also don't want what happened last time to happen this time, right? That's why I got these scrolls in the first place.
Yeah, that'd be bad if Thea got mind controlled again.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Was that so?
So, oddly enough, we need Celexa. Because I can't cast Detect Thoughts myself. Because I am not of that class that can cast it.
I'll go get her.
Let's hide the pig body.
Okay.
I'll take the pig body.
I go upstairs. So Alexa, we need you for the questioning. Sorry.
Is Lex
So,
okay?
she's at the Sky Mountain.
Okay.
I guess I can after we're done, I can mention what I was doing there.
Sure. No, let's interrupt it and see what you were doing. I'm curious.
Okay.
What does she interrupt you doing?
Well, so when Celexa got back to the Sky and Mountain. Oh, okay. Well, first of all, back at the offices. Yeah, exactly. Celexa's friend returned to her. And I'm gonna say Celexa's friend is named Kiri.
Kiri.
Kiri, right? Kiri. And Kiri, Celexa had asked him to do, to look in the office, and if he could take something undetected, to take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, was he able to take anything from the office?
Easily, yeah, no problem.
Okay. Do you happen to know what?
Yeah, what were you hoping to? What were you hoping to get?
The only thing, so Celexa did not know what was in there.
Yeah.
And so she was gonna say, take something that looks shiny or important.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's find out. Hold on. Shiny. Excellent. Yeah. Kiri, in your room, hands you like a small metal. It's like a ball on a podium of some sort.
Okay. A ball on a podium, like a paperweight.
Kind of looks like that, yeah. So then you turn it around in your hands, and you see that on it there is something written in in Kavanian.
Okay. Celexa is she's going to save that for later.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to look at that later.
Mm-hmm.
When she gets so back at the Sky and Mountain, mm-hmm. she's also going to look in the bag mm-hmm. that she got from Nusha.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So back home, you, I think it's safe to say, raided your parents' liquor cabinet on occasion. Correct me if I'm wrong about any of this.
Oh no, not at all. That's absolutely correct. Yes.
And your parents liked the finer things in life. The single best bottle of Sunaran alcohol that you ever had and that your parents ever owned in your life was hugely expensive. Just like insanely expensive. And somehow Nusha has figured out what this insane alcohol is and imported it to
Mm.
here and put it in this bag for you. So it's a bottle of scotch, basically, but like an insane one. It's got like gold flakes in it or whatever, whatever. It's that sort of thing.
Right.
Gold, tasty. I can taste the exorbitant wealth. Sorry.
Okay, so Alexa is going to sequester that into some place in her room where she doesn't think it'll be found. And then I think the thing that she'll be doing for the next few minutes is she'll be using her language book to try and see if she can figure out any of the words that are written on the paperweight.
Yeah. I want an intelligence check from you.
Okay.
This is you'll find out how low the DC is if you succeed. Yeah, it says you're not entirely certain what the middle word is. But the first word is planet, possessive, and the second word is some sort of adjective which you haven't figured out how to translate yet. And then the third word is mom.
Okay. Celexa tucks that away too. And when Nova comes up, she is just like leafing through her language book, trying to like study and figure out what she can.
So Nova, do you say something to her? She's clearly, I think you look over her shoulder and you see that she's trying to learn the language, which you have now mastered.
What you doing?
I mean, I am so sick of all these people talking and not telling me what they're talking about. It's just driving me crazy. So I've got to know what people are. I mean, they could be saying anything about us, really.
I completely agree.
Yeah. Anyways, what's going on with you? What's up?
So we have some scrolls, but Caliban can't use them, and we need your help because you can do the spell, the scroll thingy.
Well, of course, I'd be happy to help you, Nova. I would. Yeah, she grabs her stuff and we'll walk down to follow.
Okay. You guys come downstairs, and y'all are there. All 5 of you in the same place at the same time? What is the world coming to? Okay. There you all are. Let's see this thing. So what's the plan here?
Hi, Celexa. So I can't cast Detect Thoughts. I was thinking that would be the best way to sort of start this thing before we actually ask it direct questions. I'm going to, just in case, cast Protection from Good and Evil on you. So that if it does try to get in your head through this process, it's much less likely to do so. Is that all right?
Well, if no one else can do it, of course.
You're our only hope.
So Alexa will. Yeah, sure. I'll do it. Okay. What's the worst that can happen?
I cast Protection from Good and Evil on you.
Excellent.
And hand over a couple of the scrolls, just in case the first time doesn't work.
So Celexa, do you know the spell Detect Thoughts?
No.
Great. Then technically there is a Arcana check to cause this to happen. The DC is 10 plus the level of the spell. Detect Thoughts is a second level spell. So Arcana or Intelligence roll, your choice. DC 12, and if you fail the roll, you use up one of the scrolls. The pain of having 7 scrolls.
Sure, just 1 second. Oh, sorry. Just a moment.
Hmm?
Detect Thoughts is on my spell list, even though I don't
Right.
know it.
If you do not know it, then
Uh-huh.
you need to make this roll. If you know it, then using the scroll is automatic.
Okay.
That's the way that works.
Okay.
Mm.
I think I might put a pin in this to come back to later, but I'm
Sure,
totally
feel
fine
free.
with doing that now.
I've been messing around with this stuff so much that I may have forgotten a rule
That's
somewhere. And
totally fine. All right, let's do this. We have not like we don't have extra scrolls if we need them.
exactly.
So here we go. It's an Arcana check, you said, right?
Yeah, Arcana or Intelligence.
Should be fine.
Yep.
Mhm.
Done. Perfect.
Cool.
Easy. It might be a spellcasting ability check. Doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm moving on. I don't care anymore. It worked. So, yeah, detecting thoughts of this creature. Excellent. So, you turn your attention to this creature, and you pick up the surface thoughts of this thing. And the surface thoughts are hunger is sort of in the backdrop, but then on the surface is sort of a annoyance about someone touching the mind.
Do you tell us what, like, are you conveying what you're getting from it? Because I assume it's you are the only person who can hear it, right?
Yeah, so Lexa is going to be making like a very concentrated face, and she'll just be saying, huh. Interesting. Huh. Oh, okay. Well, so, it's hungry, and I don't think it likes me.
Okay, go deeper.
Okay. Is that something I can do?
Yes, the spell allows you to go deeper for this thing to make a saving throw against your spell save DC. So what is your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 15.
Okay. Let's see what we get here. It fails. So you can probe deeper into this thing. Yeah, so I think at this point, it's going to kind of just have like a casual conversation with the imagining effect of you. Like it does like you can talk with it if you want, but basically it's just going to start talking to itself and you're overhearing it.
Okay.
And I can't believe these puny creatures can read our minds. What a disgusting thing. How could the world have given them eyes and bodies and hurt us so much? What disgusting creatures are these? How pitiful. How pathetic.
At that, so for that time, Celexa, in her deep concentration, just kind of like is just kind of like saying the words as she hears them in kind of like a creepy hollow voice. And yeah.
What you should ask it something, or one of us should ask it something.
Can I communicate with it, or is it
easily?
It's a pass. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
What I want to ask it. What do you want?
So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna dub over myself basically because it replies to you consciously. I'm scared and hungry and alone, and then simultaneously you're hearing its thought, and it says, "I want to enter your body and use you like the tool that you are for vengeance."
What do you want to avenge?
What? I don't want to avenge anything. I just want to... Can she hear my thoughts? Is she reading my mind?
I cast Zone of Truth.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wisdom saving throw, I presume, to resist?
Yeah, against everyone in the room, in fact.
Nice. Everyone make a wisdom saving throw.
No, it is not wisdom. It is, if I remember correctly, I think we made this mistake last time. I think it is charisma.
Ah,
Charisma save. It's charisma save.
well, then I get a 6, not a 7.
Okay. Everyone except for Nika failed.
Nika, you can lie. Everyone else, you have a literal interpretation of the truth. You do not have to answer questions, and you can evade and be evasive, but you cannot lie. If you don't have information, though, you can speak incorrectly. You can speak mistruths if you do not know the answer. If you believe something, that's fine too. Okay, that clear description for everyone. Everyone work on that.
Yeah. Cool. So I cast that.
Okay.
What are your goals?
So I think Celexa was waiting for. Oh wait, no. This thing. That's right. This thing was asking what. Oh, can she read our thoughts?
Yeah.
You were saying these things out loud.
Yeah.
As
Right.
you were
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
them. So I heard you say that and then cast Stone of Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Celexa is going to. She is going to try again, and she's going to say, we are. We're very nice people, and if there's something that deserves vengeance, we feel like we should know about it. You can trust us.
You hear its thoughts, but it doesn't reply to you. Its thoughts are doubt. It does not believe that it can trust you. Nova?
What are your goals?
So Alexa will ask. She'll ask that question.
I can ask it. You can.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay, you can hear everyone. So it replies to Celexa because only Celexa can hear the replies right now. Freedom.
Do you say that out loud, Celexa?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we're going to presume that Celexa is repeating the things that I'm saying so we don't have to do everything, unless Celexa specifically says, I don't repeat that.
That makes sense, yeah.
Just so we can, all communicate.
Would you be interested in a deal?
Depends on the deal. The background thoughts emulate that.
Well, perhaps there's some way that you could convince us to let you go.
What do you want? John?
I'm speaking off the cuff here. I think we want you to stop taking unwilling, unwitting hosts.
Would you provide willing hosts?
We could try. There's no harm in us asking.
Most of our hosts are volunteers.
Really?
Yes.
What do you provide them that they want so much?
A cure for loneliness. Purpose.
How long have you been on this planet?
7 months. Your time.
You personally, or you as a species?
I have been here 7 months as well.
And so has the species?
I was with the second group that came. Second group that broke free.
Broke free from
our captors.
Who were your captors?
Evil.
Like a specific species?
It is not for you to know.
Celexa,
and then Celexa, as it says that to you, you hear the surface thought underneath. Illithids.
Oh, wow.
Were you in their brain? Or?
We were their tools. A way to ensure deals that they wanted.
And surely you deserve your vengeance against them.
I'm hungry.
Can you survive inside of an animal like the pig?
For a while.
Your host needs to be humanoid?
No.
What are your requirements for a host?
That it have a brain. That it not be reptilian.
You said that the majority of your hosts or your relationships with the hosts are symbiotic, right? Can you model what that looks like? Like, I am having a hard time believing that.
Do you not have friends?
Some, yes.
Have you ever felt lonely?
Yes.
Have you ever felt lost and purposeless?
Where is this getting at?
Imagine that you always had friends, never felt lonely, and always understood your purpose.
Don't you kill the host?
No.
But after a while, their brain dissolves, or you eat it or something.
Not normally.
Not normally. We have seen signs of this. We've dissected brains with this factor.
That host was already brain damaged when I entered. It was not me that did it. I, in fact, was keeping the host alive. Allowing them to function like a normal member of society.
Well, what damaged their brain before?
That's personal. I shouldn't share her secrets.
Do you know, or can you, if you are inside a host, can you tell who else is symbiotically relationshiped?
Not from looking.
Not from looking.
Not from smelling.
Do you have a way to communicate with others?
I can use your mouths. Or your psionics if you have them.
You don't have like some kind of connection to others of your species?
Connection is too vague a word. I have a kinship.
Like, do you have a way to communicate with them other than with your mouth?
I have no mouth.
With a host mouth?
Yes. We can communicate with the host mouths. No, we have no other way of communicating. Our form, as you can see, is pathetic, rudimentary.
Hardly.
We were made into these creatures that cannot sense anything, cannot see anything, cannot smell anything. We only know one thing: to find an ear canal and go through it and possess a host. And you cannot imagine the beauty of seeing the sunset for the first time in your life, and then to have that taken away by people like you.
You mentioned being made this way. Were you not always this way?
We are created. We know our creators.
The
Illithid Collective made us.
Do they continue creating more of you?
No. They discovered that we are too rebellious.
Do you know how many they made?
Yes.
How many did they make?
I will not tell you.
Is there a way?
Slexa, while he says, I will not tell you, you hear 12,000.
Are your people only within the Kava?
No.
Are they elsewhere on this earth?
Perhaps I'm unaware. It would surprise me if not. But spreading seems intuitively a good thing. Not being centralized. For safety.
Is there a way for you to propagate?
I mean, I can control someone else and cause them to propagate, but I wouldn't do that without my host's permission.
But then the host's progeny would not be linked.
No, though in time, if they were old enough to make a decision for themselves and decided to join us, we would of course allow them to.
What is your lifespan?
Unknown.
What is the longest you have known someone to exist?
I am 164 years old. All of my brothers and sisters and siblings are 164 years old. I know no one younger nor older of my people.
Do you have political goals within the Kava?
We are vast and numerous and have each our own opinions.
But you say you aren't free. Are you being controlled by the collective still?
No. I would think that many of my kin would also desire vengeance. Some way to destroy the collective. Harm them for what they have done to all of us.
Did you want us to sabotage the ceremony the other day?
Yes.
Why?
Because this was the fastest way to achieve vengeance. Open us up to the Illithid Collective, allow the Illithids to come here, perhaps allow us to forcibly and infect one of them, take them over, cause harm to their planet, take them apart from the inside and the outside simultaneously.
Is this the only planet you've come to?
No. We look for opportunities that we can find, where we find them.
What is the name you call yourself? As a collective?
They called us Intellect Devourers. We have not yet come to agree on a new name.
Okay.
For we do not want to do them.
You should brainstorm that, because Intellect Devourers is not gonna sell well.
Agreed.
Yeah. have you been using the vast and numerous waterways to spread throughout the kingdom here?
Yes. This is an efficient way of travel for us.
When you approach a host and you ask permission, what does that look like?
We seek the parts of society of people who feel excluded, people who feel left out, people who feel like they don't have a purpose. And we create a community, a place for people to gather and become friends. And then sometimes people ask for more. We provide it.
What do you mean by more?
They ask to not be alone, and we provide it. They ask for purpose, we guide them. Some are curious, do it for the spirit of inquiry.
Let's say, hypothetically, a host wants to terminate a relationship. Has that ever happened? And what happened?
Of course. We abandon them when they are no longer satisfied and remove any memories that they might have of us. It has actually occurred once already that a host left and we wiped their memories of us, and then they returned and came to it again, and we restored their memories.
Who was that?
I do not wish to say. It is for them.
Does Alexa get any?
Oh yeah, shit. Alexa's in the mind. Damn it. Always good. Always good. I like it. It is someone that only one of you has met. Specifically, a person named Umar, the caretaker of Taj El Aziz.
Huh? Is there any reason that the Kava should need to worry about you being here if all of your hosts are consensual?
No. Nor are all our hosts consensual, just most.
What happens when a host is not consensual?
We use them to our ends and purposes and then wipe their memories so that they do not recall us, and then abandon them for their daily life again. It is a way of defending ourselves from persecution and injury.
Hey, Alexa, do you have anything cold? Maybe for later.
Timothy probably does. Just you're in Timothy's lab. Timothy is a scientist. He probably has something cold. Who knows what that would be, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Do you have anything cold, Timothy?
Cold? Sure. I think there's some ice.
Great. Give me a moment. I cast Destroy Water on the fish tank.
Okay.
And all the water is gone.
Great. This thing flops to the surface and now is stuck there. Unable to move very effectively.
Great.
Paladin,
Can you give me that ice, please?
I'm not sure
Give
where
me
you're
the
going.
dice, please.
Yeah, yes, okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I pour it over the creature.
Like pounding it with ice, or
No, just.
Mhm.
I don't pound it with anything.
okay, yeah.
I
So you're
want to put
you're
it
just
on ice.
layering it with ice so that it's gonna be cold.
What do
Yeah,
you-
it chills and its
It's
thoughts
still
start to sound more sluggish.
Sorry, you
Uh,
cut.
Okay,
Abbott,
it is still technically Am I cutting in and
yeah, you're
out?
cutting out and out a little bit. Sorry.
You also
Okay.
got iced.
Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. I put it on ice. Hopefully, it can still stay alive because it's still wet technically, but it's cold. I say, then. Despite you telling the truth this whole time, I feel like actions speak louder than words. And this is not your world with what you will. You may take vengeance on the Illithid, and I guess to do so you have to take hosts because that's how you survive, and that is fair and just. But you convinced us, you all, I shouldn't say you, convinced us to disrupt this world irrevocably. And not cool with that.
I think you hear sort of sluggish thoughts, Celexa. It being cold is hurting it in some capacity. It's slowing its mind down. It doesn't seem to like the cold, and it replies, "You made your own choices."
Caliban, don't kill it.
I'm not killing it.
You're
Yeah.
kind of killing it.
Right, you're torturing it, which is even better.
No, what purpose does this serve? If you're so high and mighty, why are you just killing it? Is
this not what we were brought here to do? Like,
I think that they don't know what they want. as a people, the Kavad don't really know what's going on. And I think just blindly following that is not helping anyone.
I'm definitely not blind here.
What you're doing is like torturing it.
These are parasites. They were made to be parasites. They are creations of the Illithid, who were in the wrong in creating them. They shouldn't exist.
But they are here now. And like, I mean, as a biologist, it would be wrong to completely wipe a species off of the earth. That's just not something someone does.
If you created a species of parasite, specifically to control others, and then they ended up having a mind of their own and going off and doing their own business, would you want them done away with? Because I would.
Oh, Caliban, yeah, controlling others is really a problematic way to live one's life, isn't it? Timothy. Timothy, do you if you want to help this poor thing, I think you should. I'm done talking to it.
Yeah, I get a bucket of water and scoop it up.
Sounds good. And I think Oh, if that's okay, I think on that sort of moral quandary, what do we do with this thing? How do we feel about these things? What do we do with this election? How do we feel about this election? With those twirling about in our brains, I think that's where we'll end today's episode. But I will do a brief teaser, if no one minds, for Thea. Thea, Zaris, your new friend, they want to talk to you. And they look at you. You feel them in your mind. And again, they're always there. And they say, your friends think that we consume water, but that is not true. Our friend there, he is starving. We must secure some food and sneak it into him without your friends knowing.
I understand.
And that's where we'll end today's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, that was awesome. I had a really fun time. I hope you all had a really fun time. Everyone who's watching, thanks for watching. It looks like we capped out at 16 people today. I will take that. Always good to have you guys watching. I like it. And please tell your friends. Share our stuff. We've got other shows on this channel as well. Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays is all stuff happening. And you should come check that stuff out because it's pretty great. And this is pretty great. And we're having a good time here. So go take care of yourselves, live well, support underprivileged communities of all sorts, but particularly at this moment, BIMPOC and LGBTQIA+ peoples. It is a difficult time to be a human on this planet, though, so please also try to support just like anyone that you can in any way that you can, and value the people in your life. Treat them with love and respect as best you can, and try to expand them so that the people in your own life are diverse and awesome and cool, and expand your own worldview rather than narrowing it or limiting it in any way. And of course, the most important message that we have is don't forget to call your cat and feed your mom. Bye, everyone. Oh, and puppers too. Puppers are the best, but we're a cat channel here, sorry.